Today I want to talk concealers. I get asked all the time what's the best concealer, and it's really not that simple. It depends on your skin type, it depends on the density of your skin, it depends on if you're covering blemishes or dark circles. So many things to think about. So I thought what I would do is I would just list some of my favorites and explain the differences between them. And that way, hopefully you're better equipped to be able to go in and get matched and find your dream concealer. So here we go. The ones that I don't actually have on me, I will go ahead and picture after the fact. First up is the Maestro Eraser, which is this guy. I'd kind of forgotten about this, and then I used it over the weekend on a client, and it was lovely. What do I love about this one? Well, it's very light in texture, but it's very opaque. It's great for people that have any sort of crepiness under the eye, or if you're drier under the eye and have issues with concealer settling, this could be a great fit for you. It is considered a 2-in-1, so it's going to help treat dark circles while also giving you coverage. And even though it is intended for under the eye, it actually works anywhere on the face. Do be aware with this one, however, that the color progression is a little skewed, so it doesn't really go from lightest to darkest. It's kind of like this. So the number 3 tends to be the most popular, depending on your coloring obviously, but it tends to be fairly middle of the road with a little bit of pink, so it's good for brightening. 2.5 is actually darker than 3, so I don't know. You have to go in and get matched. It's really hard to just go and buy this one online, but check it out, it's good. Next up is the Touche Eclat from Yves Saint Laurent. Love this, again on the right person. I use this daily actually. I use the number 1, which is super light and super pink. If you can see it. Oh, and it's super messy as well, isn't it? But really, really light and pink. I use it as a brightener on the inner corner of my eye, mixed with a denser and more opaque concealer. This one is very radiant and it's quite light, so it's good if you want highlighting, so bridge of nose, top of cheekbone, brow bone, something like that. It's good if you don't wear a lot of makeup and you want something that you can wear on a bare face as a concealer that's not going to look like a different texture on your face, on your skin, you know, so you won't look like you have nice fresh face and then cakey concealer under the eye. You won't get that with this. But this does not offer opaque coverage. So if you're wanting a full coverage concealer, this is not your guy. Next up is the Lancome Waterproof Concealer. Wonderful if you have oily skin, great if you are dealing with hot flashes and, you know, the hot flash comes and everything kind of slides off. Great for you ladies. It is nice and opaque, but it's not thick or cakey. Any of the ones that are a little thicker, FYI, you generally can mix them with either an eye cream or a little bit of your liquid foundation to help give it a little more slip. Just good tip. But I really like the waterproof one, and as it says, it's waterproof, so great too if you're a swimmer, but check that one out. And lots of color options, I should add. Next falls into the color correction category. It is another Armani product. This is the Giorgio Armani Master Corrector. This is the number 2, which is more of an orange tone. It also comes in the number 1, which is a pink tone. I love the pink one for kind of like I use the Touche Eclat brightening. So anywhere you have any darkness around the eye area, it's brilliant. The pink one is. The orange one is good for color correction. If you've got brown circles, sometimes purple circles. You tend to want to use this though with another concealer. So use this first wherever you're trying to counteract tone, and then go over the top of it with a more opaque regular concealer that's matched to your actual skin tone. Next up, which will be pictured, is the Peau concealer. It is considered the most famous concealer and the best concealer. You hear that a lot in magazines. However, it is not for everyone. It's terrible on me, for example, but I had a client the other day and it was gorgeous on her. It's very opaque, it's quite heavy, it's fairly dry, so if you have any dryness under eye or if you have thinner skin under eye, it's not going to be good on you. However, if you have oilier skin, not too oily though because then it can settle, but if you have good moisture, we'll say, under the eye, if you have really dark circles and you need something really thick and opaque, it's a good option for you. But that one I recommend for sure going in and trying it out first before you buy it. It's $70, so it's not really something to just buy on a whim anyway, but it's definitely, you know, you need to have the right skin type for that one. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS, which will be pictured. Love, 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 love. It's probably one of my favorites at the moment. I like that it's very radiant, so again, you're not going to have a textural difference from your foundation or your complexion to under the eye. It just gives you that really bright, glowy, but not dewy, and it really still though stays put. It's got enough grab to it that it stays put really well. It's quite opaque. You can use it anywhere on the face. If it's too heavy for whatever reason, then just mix it with a little eye cream or, like I said before, a little bit of your foundation, liquid foundation, and that should help. Color options are good. Custard seems to be the most popular for that kind of middle of the road skin tone. Honey is beautiful as well if you're wanting some brightening. It's got more pink to it. Just beautiful, and great actually for contour as well, with either the darker shades or the lighter shades. There's really good shades in there for doing the, you know, more extreme Kim Kardashian type contouring, if you will. So I hope this is helpful. If you have questions, please leave them below, or if there are other products that you would like me to review, I will gladly do so if you again leave them below. So follow me on Facebook under Destiny Elmore. I'm on Instagram, Makeup Artist Destiny. Subscribe here, and stay tuned. There's lots of fun things to come.